Alright, for this question, what is the radius of an automobile tire that turns with a frequency of 11 hertz and has a linear speed of 20.0 meters per second? One of the key pieces of information we need to know is, what does frequency of 11 hertz mean? This Hz stands for hertz. It's the unit for frequency. Frequency tells us just how many times something happens in a given second. In this case, you have to interpret frequency of 11 hertz as 11 times in 1 second. So what this means is the tire of the car turns in a circle 11 times in 1 second. So from there, we can list that as a given to start our problem. F is equal to 11 hertz. And we have also set a piece of information stating that the linear speed is, and linear speed is just another word for a velocity in our cases, 20.0 meters per second. So this kind of makes sense. A tire is spinning around in a circle. There is some speed to it, and then it'll also tell us how many times around in a circle in 1 second. What the question asks is, well, now how big is this circle? How big is this tire? By asking what is the radius. So r is equal to question mark. From this information, we know if it's a radius with a speed, has something to do with the average speed of a circle or something moving in a circle. So if we look in our notes, your average speed in a circle, or for something moving in a circle, is equal to v is equal to 2 times pi times the radius over big T. So another key piece of information is, what is this big T? This big T is a period. It is actually the inverse or the opposite of frequency. So a period tells us how much time it takes for something to go around in one circle. Frequency tells us how many times that goes around in 1 second. So they're actually opposites. This equation uses period, and this question gives frequency. So we have to convert frequency to seconds. And the way to do that is know that the period t is equal to 1 over the frequency. So frequency, once again, and this is the third time, but you need to know this, frequency tells us how many times something spins around in 1 second. So in order to get how many times something spins around once, or what is the time something spins around once is, you divide 1 divided by the frequency. And in this case, if you use this equation, t is equal to 1 divided by 11 hertz, you actually get a period for one circle, and that'll be 0.091 seconds. So from there, we still need to solve for the radius, because that's what the question is asking for. We know the velocity, and now we know the period. So in order to get radius by itself, we isolate that, multiply t on both sides, divide 2 pi on both sides, and you get r is equal to t times v divided by 2 pi. And when you plug everything in, that's 0.091 seconds times 20 meters per second divided by 2 times pi, and you get an answer of 0.29 meters as the radius. So not too big of a wheel, not too small of a wheel, essentially what you would consider the wheel of a car.